Hello ladies and gentlemen, Giant, and welcome to another replay cast. Today we're looking at the game in the Jagdpanther II, the Tier 8 German tank destroyer. My opinion, the best non-turret tank destroyer in the game, tier for tier of course. Even though it's probably better than any other non-turret tank destroyer, tier 9 at least, without even tier for tier nonsense going on as well. I'd pick this over the Foch, I'd pick this over the fucking 12254, I'd pick this over the 704 probably as well, even though the 704 is powerful in its own way as well. But this tank is a beast. That 490 alpha damage is really powerful at tier 9 with good gun stats, good gun depression, and reasonable mobility as well, which makes this one of my favorite tank destroyers to play in the game as well. So we're playing Arctic region, tier 8 game, not the heaviest one, 6 tier 8s per team, not also the, well, that definitely isn't the lightest one you can get as well. Anyways, we have these 2 tier 6 mediums in the middle. Our team did not go south at all, so that's probably going to be a problem at some point in this game. This Cromwell decides to kill himself, so I do oblige is vicious, so that goes as, well, you would have expected that would ever go. And now, this is kind of an awkward position, because this is like the easiest position to blind shoot in the game, but at this point I'm not too worried about that, especially from this position. The Panther 88 does shoot me in the face though, and you could see that coming, I guess. You know, it's a blind shot that's, as I said, very easy to take, and not nothing really complicated about that at all. We do miss our opportunity to shoot this VK. The Panther is backing off, so we shouldn't really worry about that too much. That tier 6 medium tank can be a problem if he spots me. The base camping TDs could get to me, but instead we shoot this T21, track him, and he dies instantly after, so that works out perfect for me. So now they're trying to slowly push up down south. I'm not still going to be bothered with that just yet, but we have this Jagdpanther II here as well, and maybe we can pull a shot. It's a pretty bad one, but I do get quite lucky there. I might have actually had this roof there to overmatch, but I'm not sure though. Either way, that was definitely a lucky shot, to say the least. But now we kind of don't have anything to do here. I'm kind of waiting for that STRV to peak high. I'm going to blind shoot this VK. Probably not there, and also with AP shell velocity, it's a pretty hard shot to hit. And as per usual, my timing works out in a way where this STRV peaks just when I fired at somebody blind. But yeah, not really much to do here. So starting to consider going back, and it feels like now is the time to do it. In order to really have a chance in this game, because if we lose our cap circle, if we let them come way too close, it's gonna be problematic for me to defend that, and I rather take my position before they have crossed the open field, so I can take advantage of them being in the open and myself being in cover. Seems that I'm actually the only one out of all these TDs that actually had this idea. The IS-3 and the T-32 is flanking on the inside. I could have maybe tried to shoot those, but since I already have my play in mind, I didn't really want to change it up too much. So we're gonna go for the peak here and see who actually climbed up, if anybody did so, and we'll see how that works out for us. And here we have the T-34-100, a really easy shot for me, and not so easy one for him. He obviously didn't really want to sit there and aim fully, even though he kind of could afford it, since I already shot him in the face, but we kind of shot at the same time, so that works out pretty poorly for him. Now a prototype, I hit literally the only angled part of his armor. I could hit the hull, I could hit the turret, but I hit the one angled part of that tank, which actually bounces shots, and now not sure why would he try to look away from me, and that works as you would imagine. So this is starting to look like a stinky situation. We have this IS-3 up close, which is not really the greatest shot for us. It seems unable to understand that you need to shoot me in the gun mantlet, which I can definitely abuse, well, if he keeps doing that. And now I have some backup as well, so I actually do manage to shoot him in the hull. And, you know, I just need to keep poking at him, keep taking away his hit points. My reload is better, and I hit for 490 instead of 390. So I am gonna win that fight if I play it correctly, but now instead I decide to shoot the Tiger. And it's not really worth it, because the IS-3 is really the main priority here. If we deal with an IS-3, the rest of this is gonna be easy. And that was just me being a potato there, really. Not really something I can afford to do too often, to miss my shots like that. Luckily, there is quite a bit of other tanks for the IS-3 to shoot at, so it's not as bad as it could be, and we nail a nice shot right into his roof with an overmatch. So that works out well. The SU picks up that guy. Now I could just peek in and trade off, and that's what I'm gonna do. And of course, we still did hit what we kind of needed, the thin armor on the roof, but of course it doesn't pen because fuck you. And yeah, now climbing up to this position, not really, well, yeah, I guess we need to finish off this STRV, which I completely fail at, because I took a bit, my turn was a bit too shallow there. And now the VK3001D shouldn't really be a problem for me as well. He is behind the corpse, so that could go wrong for us if he actually remains alive there, but he didn't really take, or well, he couldn't really take a proper cover behind that, so it works out well in the end for me. And now I am going to be pushing up, or instead of that, actually, let's shoot this Jagdpanther II. You can really see how the damage racks up on this tank. Even though I am missing quite a bit of shots that I shouldn't, we're still getting pretty decent damage done throughout this game. Now, the Panther 88 is an annoying position for me, especially when I cross the open like I am now. Also, my view range doesn't really allow me to spot him very well, and he's gonna pen this shot. I probably should have shot right away there, would have had a better chance to hit him than when I let him run away, but either way, he gets shot and I get the spotting. So now he's a one shot. It's a dangerous game for both of us to play. I am just slightly above his blind shot, but it's definitely not the amount of hit points I want to risk with. Gonna go hull down here and see if he peeks me. I mean, even if he does, he's never gonna expose himself. He knows the danger of this gun, and he knows that he doesn't want to fuck with this at all. The T-34 is pushing 900 hit points. He should be able to at least take down the tier 6, but he seems unable to do that. We also have no idea where the Jagdpanther II went, but we're gonna close the distance. We need to support him, and he already loses half of his hit points and does absolutely nothing with it, even more now. That's quite pathetic, actually, when you can get so fucking farmed in a tier 8 against really tier 6s. I guess the Panther 88 was able to shoot him in the back without getting spotted, and that is what cost him. And this is a really dangerous approach. I don't really like this position, and I don't really recommend anybody ever pushing this. It's way worse than the defender position. The only upside of this is that you don't get arty, but the crossfires you can drive into here are really bad. We know where everybody is, but if the Panther 88 is above me, there's nothing I can do to push this. So I'm just gonna chill here for now and, you know, do nothing, as that is kind of the only play that really works. And now we see where the Panther 88 is. He knows where I am as well. So yeah, no pushing is gonna happen anytime soon from this position. Meanwhile, our super pushing is unable to find any substance in his head, which means that he is jerking off in the back. I think he's actually not AFK, because I think he was the one to shoot the Panther 88 earlier and give me that spotting damage. Maybe his keyboard is connected, maybe he threw it out of the window, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest, but no, the defender does a bit better than the T-34 did, so he does pick up both the kills there, and still has quite a bit of hit points. It's gonna be a pretty tricky shot for him to get the RD, as it is a tiny target for a gun like that, but still, we should be able to do something from here at least. This position is better than the one I had before, just because I have a higher ground, better shots on the Panther. Now he looks to be way overcommitted, and that is actually the game. I'm not gonna get to shoot the RD, so I'm not gonna bother to even show that to you guys. Alright, so here's the end plate. Ace Tanker, 4,144 experience, high caliber, and Confederate. We did 5,316 damage. Well, we hit the VK blind, but we kind of already knew that. Did 1,478 assisted damage as well. Picked up 1,381 base experience with 3 kills. So a pretty good game to showcase the brutality of the Jagdpanther's gun. Well, the Jagdpanther II's gun. It's just so much better than any other TD at tier 8 and pretty much any TD without a turret at tier 9 as well. An absolute beast of a tank with very nice mobility, very nice gun, and actually good gun depression, and all the things that you really care about as well. So yeah, I really love this tank, and I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast, and I'll see you on the next one.